go. You have the remote?
I do. I can do a quick testy.
Nice.
Got him. Okay.
And honestly, you clicking that with that moving back and forth on the thing, often a better sync than most other things that we record.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how good that works. All right, so welcome to Vague Questions. Should I close the door?
Dylan, you're Silas's co-host for right now.
You're me and I'm Nick, but I'm also me. Okay. Welcome to Vague Questions.
Thank you.
This is an interview series that goes on between Nick Moss and myself. You are Nick Moss, so
Yes.
We both did one of these, and now you're doing yours. It's pretty simple. It's 3 parts. We're gonna do 2 Rorschach tests, and then I'm gonna do some live glitch. You don't have a problem with like flashing lights or anything, do you?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, cool. Not to your knowledge, but so anyway, yeah. I guess you can start with what you're seeing here.
Okay. I see 2 bees, and they're like looking towards each other, maybe perhaps lovingly floating towards each other, about to embrace or smooch with their whiskers that they have out. It appears they're sort of like ribbons. Very intense description. I always sort of see like a wasp face or like a snake face down below. But there's these short teeth and sort of this uvula in the back that's sort of like heart shaped. In the lower 50%. Then up top, I do just see this like just big old bug eyes. There's somewhat of a lantern in the middle.
That might be paused on this end because the thing's going through. One sec. Maybe back up to this one. Alright. That's not frozen anymore. Cool. Sweet, this is gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be an interesting.
Alright, we're back. I'll work this out. I think this one is the power cord, so I'll switch those out in a sec. We got play. Oh, try now?
Mouse.
Yeah, I think it was mouse. Escape.
Maybe it's out of reach of the.
No, you were getting them again. It might just be, might have frozen again. This is awesome.
You get the behind the scenes on the aggregators.
This is. I'm glad we're doing a test run with you, actually, Nick.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it.
I'll actually just try powering this off of my laptop.
So right now we're scheduled for actual first interview in about an hour and some change.
Perfect. I feel like my laptop's gonna give me a more consistent power supply than the fucking power strips, honestly. Well, it kind of does. Yeah, it's red. Red or blinking red. Getting some sort of power. Cool. Yay.
Okay. With this one, I see sort of like this. I always see like a vehicle, like a solid tank. I mean, it's almost as if it's like a better Cybertruck that is actually a military vehicle and not just this horrible, stupid piece of garbage that's being sold for much too much money. But also Coke on a table of razors. Big bug eyes that are jagged, and this creature is just shocked to see you in a very like cute anime kind of way, and I picture them sort of turning around and running away immediately after. Alien face, neon sign, mask. Bug face with like specifically, I think it's like tarantulas that sort of like have like the big like mouth on them that pinches. Not exactly sure if that's true, but definitely some sort of hairy spider face. The field, but also like this very, like after staring at this for much too long, like the very obvious like emoji face in the center that has these like mean eyebrows and eyes and teeth that are like laughing at you. It's just this emoji face is like much too obvious after staring for so long. Right at the end of the path in the field. And then like this dark figure above the emoji face, maybe even holding it in its hands. But for the most part, just a peaceful little area. If you pretend the emoji face is a ball. This is like a very symbolic bird that sort of, and as Koala said, like a very authoritarianism, but it has like a fat cock hanging out on the bottom. The skull with the top hat, but the skull has approximately 3 faces, probably 4, just an unseen one that's behind, but there's also a bow tie. And it is surrounded by trees. The skull is perhaps the skeleton in the suit is perhaps at a skeleton in a suit party with its friends. I would maybe they're hosting. They're so well dressed. This is a monkey face that has giant buck bottom teeth. And a nose that is very Voldemort-esque with a giant head crystal that is in the middle of their head. Well, I guess the best way to describe the face is sort of like as if you mixed a rat and a monkey. And the nose that I'm picturing could also be seen as like top teeth of a rat mouth. And then the ears of the monkey or mouse are kind of face like themselves and might even be pictured as like back-to-back humanoids. And this picture is on top of what's pretty much like apartment buildings in the back. Bug face, pointy, kind of, alligator head, inside bug face, sharp teeth, sideways Dracula. They're hanging down, but we just took the picture in a different method. And myself up top, because I know what the source photo is, and that's the picture of me. Geometry, crazy geometry with smiley face 4 times, and mask in the center. And if I can kind of see now, but we had a guest who said puking puppies on this one, which I believe are on the sides. Bunny. It's like a feeder room or ballroom, and and there is a person in the center, comforting people on both sides. The predator. The predator, but they are now a topographic map.
Alright, moving on. Got the next presentation. Starting up here. Darken the palette a little bit. Then you are good to go.
Alright, so there's a face in the right center top, and they have these, it's just a smiley face, sort of as if they're wearing clown makeup, but like not entirely, bottom buck teeth, and their body like is very triangular, like their head is the point of the triangle, and from there it gets very just bottom is triangle, and their chest area right here and still in the top half of the triangle, their arms sort of like wave out like this, and then they just have this bulky bottom area, and like there's some nipples on there, which I don't actually really know which one is their chest. I guess maybe they have multiple. Two elephants charging at one another, but also can be seen as one singular face, alien face. But I see two elephants charging, and sort of their trunks are disappearing into each other. Winter cave. I see a woman with a necklace here, and then she sort of has this cape that drapes down, and this little part of her dress or cape or right below the necklace that looks like a butterfly, and her hands are raising up inside of the cape, and her body is dark, probably just because she's wearing dark clothes underneath, what can be perceived as empty. Big white spider hanging down, and there's a chandelier, and there's this guy in the center. He's I referenced Predator earlier. He kind of reminds me like a little bit of the Arbiter from Halo, but not like entirely, and then just sort of like these like sticky scrape marks on each side. Okay. These are bird faces amongst a totem pole. Actually, specifically, there's like two penguin faces in the center that share the same mouth, just a different set of eyes. There's one up top that is very, very penguin-esque on its lonesome, and one on the bottom that is honestly more of a crab face underneath the lips of the middle bird faces. This is a ballerina fire princess that has bloodshot eyes and a tiara, and is dancing in the woods. This is a torch, but also the front of a vagina. Angry, snotty face. Yeah. This one is the most lewd of them all to me. This is extremely clearly like there's in the back, in the bottom triangle, just in terms of like distance from the camera, there is a woman's head and their hair dangles down, and then their neck is there, and then their breasts are fallen, hanging down, and then you move more towards this area, and there's these black figures, which are their arms holding up the body earlier, and then their legs spread up here. And there's this white outline amongst all of the body parts. Duck wearing headphones, but the duck's head is in a crotch. The duck wearing the headphones lives on. Foxhead giving middle fingers on each side. Wobbly dude going like this, floating in water. War space, probably water, or maybe lava.
That concludes slideshow number 2. Gonna jump into the live glitch. So you're just gonna start telling me what you see once you start to see something.
Snowflakes. I'm starting to see some like jack-o'-lantern faces towards the center. Marbles. Very alien, UFO-esque. Now more of like a psychedelic, like visual for music.
Go. Gonna switch over now to the final slideshow.
Any questions?
Any questions? We will be stepping out of the room for this slideshow, and I'm gonna switch these over. Yippee. Okay, you should be good. Okay. Little bit. Okay, it's working. Okay. And now I'm just gonna lift my hands up so nothing else can happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Are we sure the VHS is gone? I don't see like a number.
The screen on this one wore out a bit from how frequently we were using it.
Okay.
Let me just check on here real quick. Stop. I'll do a record. Seems like it. mark. Okay.
So it was going?
Yeah, it was going the whole time.
Okay. Alright.
I'll cut it down, the parts where I'm just...
Alright.
Let us know when you're finished. Can I get one more test report? 'Cause, I mean, it should be all good, but... Yes. Love it. Love to see it.
Got it. Bye. The moment of truth. What world do you live in? I feel like I live in one that's very isolating. The world that I live in day to day, I feel like I stare all too much at my screens and not enough at the people that are around me. And when I do, to the people around me, I feel like I'm bothering them because we're all so invested in our little online world that we live in, but also a world that we live in that hates us for who we all are, and also a world that wants to punish the lower class and people that are less fortunate, and a world filled with the hatred of genocide, and a world filled with misunderstanding and disinformation, but also just like a world that has kindness in it, but unfortunately the people who would love to give kindness just don't have time because they're trying to survive. Which is the world that we live in. Who cares? You see, that's the thing, is that I would love to say that like I do, and that the people that I love do, but nobody gives a shit until it's like directly affecting you in an immense way, and it can affect you in a smaller way, and you could still not give a shit, and that's just shown in day to day, where it's like, necessarily like you're not doing the best, but you ignore it just because you gotta get back to work, you gotta carry on for other people, which is a sign of caring. It's a sign of caring for your friends and for others. But like, if you don't see this person for 4 months, you can wish them the best, but the whole who cares, it's like nobody cares that you're not up to where you want to be, or you're not doing well, because they can't see it. It's not immediately in front of their face. When did it happen? It happened in January 2019, around my 21st birthday. I was scrolling Tinder, swiping Tinder, and I was just this pathetic little boy who was going like this, with just no hope that, like, if I would pick and choose, that there would be any sort of connection, just because I had been on the platform for months, and I probably got one once a month or so. I was going like this, and then approximately like a day or two later, I got a match, and I was very shy, and I sort of decided not this time, and like, let me just go balls to the wall, and maybe manic as hell, and just sort of crazy in these messages, and just try to be as funny as possible. And it worked, and we went on our first date, probably 2 weeks later, and then I spent the next 4.5 years of my life with that person, my first partner. What do you like about them? They are extremely kind and supportive, and they have a passion for helping other people. They love children, and they love memes. They love internet culture. They love just putting a smile on your face. Love being manic. Love everything to be funny. I like that how passionate they are for their love of music, not necessarily like making music, but just how much they enjoy going to music shows and bands and band culture. And I like their like cutesy like notes that they leave for people. And I like that they have an optimistic perspective a lot of the time. I like how hard of a worker they are. I like that they're a genius, and it inspires me. Did you get there in time? Yes. I was choking on a piece of steak in my in our kitchen, and I have esophagitis, which means that I have a small esophagus essentially, and I had just gotten home. I was actually spending a couple days at my dad's place because we were not doing well, and I had just gotten home with my first meal I was cooking, and first bite started choking from this piece of steak, and was like trying to like throw up and could not, and like just drooling over myself, and thought I was gonna like die right there in my kitchen. And I went to the hospital. My partner told me, like, I called them at work, and I was able to speak, and they told me to go to the hospital that's near our house, drive there myself. And I drove there, and I just spat in a bag because you can't swallow your saliva. And eventually they were able to help me and to solve the issue. And I did not die. Did not die right there in the emergency room from choking on that piece of sirloin. Why did you say yes? I said yes because I say yes to everything if the person is nice enough, and I kind of disregard my own projects and my own time because somebody needs me and I want to feel useful. And I think when I'm helping myself, I don't feel useful enough. And when I help others, I always do. Were you there for them? I think not. I think no. I think that they were always there for me. And I think that I was always so focused on my work and generally thought of them as a distraction to that, and they had a lot of anxiety issues that I wish I was more considerate of, and I sort of just got frustrated with that. It would be, there was a lot of personal outbursts from my side that I'm not proud of, just over, stuff constantly being wrong, and, I feel like that I did try to, console and to be there for them, early on, but I think I grew frustrated, and I think that they didn't really deserve, me growing that frustrated. And I wish that I had been a bit more considerate, especially considering how often they were there for me. Why did you do it? Because I wanted it. I wanted glory. I wanted to be recognized I wanted to be great. I wanted to be great because I've felt insignificant my entire life. I wanted to connect with people because I felt alone. I wanted to get out of the headspace that I'm in today, which is misunderstood. I've felt misunderstood, and I've felt like the only way to. What did I do? Why did I do it? What is it? I broke up with my partner of 4.5 years, and part of that was also, wanting, something new. But it was taking up too much of my time. And it really wasn't. It wasn't in my head, though. But also, why did I do it? I had met a new girl. Our relationship had ended open. We had both met new people. And I had quickly fell in love. And we got into a fight. And I wanted it to just be over because it wasn't working. But I just wanted to do new things. I wanted a new life. I was sick of my life and depressed and felt like I was stringing them along because I didn't quite like them as much as I had led them to believe, probably. And now looking back, I think I liked them a lot more than I realized, and how great they were. But I just took them for granted. But I fell in love again, and I also wanted to be able to spend more time with myself outside of that, and to focus on myself and my art. No. I don't think that I'm okay. I think that I think that I feel very alone. Not even necessarily just romance. I feel like I feel alone, and that's to do with my isolation throughout my life, starting with childhood and just my mother working so often and me not being in any clubs or after school programs or so on and so forth, and just staying in my room. But no, I feel very alone, and I feel like I'm having a hard time times connecting with people. What did you offer? Usually a smile. Usually it's some comedic relief. Usually just help with something they need done. I I'm definitely like somewhat of a handyman, not like no pipes, but I mean I can fix stuff around the house and shit like that. I can solve basic issues. I worked mostly as like bar backs and servant jobs throughout my life. I'm the bitch that, you know, like gets you something that you need, and I always notice when people need something, and because of that I offer my help to do it. And I think that people are appreciative of that, but I also think that I don't take care of myself enough because I take care of others so much. And I also that could also lead to being stepped on. Who are they? My friends. Which I think that I have a lot more than I give myself credit for. There's a lot of people that care about me. A lot of people that I care for. That I'm very grateful for. Are you sorry for what you did? I don't think so. No, I definitely am. I mean, I'm sorry for the way that I acted about what I did, which is what I did. I'm not sorry for what I wanted to do, which was take this life path shift. The way that I went about that was horrible, and I am sorry for that, and the way that I treated them. But I think the path that I wanted to take and like where I wanted to go and what I wanted us to be was right. But I was an asshole about it. And I'm sorry for that. And I've talked with you recently about this, and we are both very understanding of each other now, and I'm eternally grateful for that. And we both, and you know that I am sorry, and I wish that I could have done better in the moment. Is this it? I think it is. Yeah, we just are born here, and you see beautiful things with your eyes, and you cry at terrible, sad things, and you laugh until you can't breathe after someone said a ridiculous joke, and you taste the sweetness of ice cream and the savoriness of steak and chicken and red sauce, and you share meals with friends, and you have meals alone, and you read each other's thoughts, whether that be through internet comments or novels, and eventually you die. What do you see? I see a broken TV and 5 TVs that have this project that I'm working on. in this N triple C, like beautiful, like room that was given to us to record this series in, and for that I love. But I see beautiful stickers on Silas's TVs. What do you like about it? I like that people like it. I like for this series. I like that. Just because the last question is what I see. What do I like about it? About what I'm seeing about what this series about big questions is? I feel like people more often than not have come out happy and have come out saying it was like a therapy appointment and saying that it's sort of helped them like process some stuff and think about their lives and think about the world we live in and think about but that's not always the case. Other people react differently and they give the vagueness to the vague questions, and it was just sort of this cool little thing they did, but everybody seemed happy coming out of it. Nobody seemed necessarily like sad or as if they are weird. It just was everybody had a good time, and some people it was more meaningful than others, and there's no issue with that. And I just provided a moment, and me and Silas provided moments in people's lives, which I feel is important. Memories. Did you do a good job? I'll divvy away from vague. So often I'm left like wanting just like and people who know my work and just like a bit more. Just like I feel like I'm just like 80% there. Like I did a good job I did a good job. Did I do a great job? I don't think I did a great job. I did do a good job. But there's just this little amount of detailedness or communication with this person that could have added something, or just focus and just like erasing all of that not that person that needs to add something, just erase the whole world for like 3 more days and just really focus on this one thing. And you could have it could have been great, but instead it's just good. And because I want to do so much, I can never be great at anything. It feels like I'm great at being me, but I'm not. I don't feel like I'm great at any individual thing. I'm good at a lot of things. And even with my exhibition that just happened, I Got You Flowers at Botan. There was the Marianne, which is one of my favorite pieces I've ever created, and for that piece, I really did feel like I like zoned in and just focused entirely at this piece, and it was beautiful. And the only problem was that it was one piece of 25, and the rest of them were there were definitely a few more in there that I worked very, very hard on. But then at the end of the day, there was some other stuff that I just threw in, and that's what makes a great job a good job, is reducing. What do you do? Rap, paint, create, dude. I create this version of myself that is not fake, but is not real. I'm an artist, I'm an entertainer. There's I don't know about that. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I don't know if there is any fakeness to it. I think that I am just being me, but I think that there's like shame in it. I think that like they want me to feel shame in it. That it's like, oh, that's so silly. Like you're playing a character, or like Nick Mass compared to Nick Massiello. Like there's this characterness to it, and like the way you present it, like it has to be, like it's fake because you're outwardly projecting it, and like you're putting up this thing you're showing to people, and it's like I really don't think it is. Like I think that I am just trying to be me, but like does the shame that I feel because of that like bring it down? But no, what do? I mean I create however I can. Polaroid, painting, sculptures, collage work, music videos, comedy. I create. I put things into this world. I bring people together. I curate. I make events. I connect people. I am a dumbass. I laugh my ass off, and I make jokes at almost any opportunity. Waste a lot of time on my phone. Are you different? Yes, aren't we all? What's the point? To experience what we can whilst we are here. But there is none. There is no point to the universe or us being here or what have you, and the point is whatever you make of it, and there is no secret or anything. It's just, what's the point? Have a good time, find love, be it with yourself, your friends, or a lover. Share with your family. Share yourself with people. Take in lessons when given. Improve. Get better. And that's the point. There isn't much to it. Why do you think the way that you do? Light development, frankly, mentioned before that I was isolated for a ton of my life. I up until about being 14, really, I just kind of spent, well, that's not entirely true, probably about 12. Spent every day in my room, just doing nothing. My mom was working 3 jobs, which did not need to happen. She is a racist woman who did not want to live in a bad neighborhood, even though there was nice enough places in Lockport we lived for cheap enough. And because of that, she would live beyond our means and live in nicer houses that we could not afford, which caused her to never be around to parent me. For me to not be in any sort of after-school programs, whatever it may be. Why do I think the way that I do? In other ways, that's one big explanation for why I think the way that I do. At the end of the day, I would like to, I mean, it's very obvious more so in my music, I would say, but I mean, I'm a bit of a pervert, Why do I think like that? Because the internet age is sort of like just made me like that. But I mean, obviously, there's like, it's not like the internet is at fault and I can't do anything about it. I definitely think that I have sort of reduced my pervertedness in the last, like, year or so due to the turmoils in my relationships and sort of me actually finally having to spend time by myself. But I think the way that I do in terms of like personal success and like having to, you know, force everything now, I think that that's just ego. I think that I just want to be the best. I think that I want to be recognized. But I also think that that is partly like I just want to find other people that are extremely driven. But yeah. Who are you? Nick Mass. What would you like? Right now, I would like a pack of cigarettes and a vape at the same time. And I would also like something to eat. And I think what I would really like to eat is like some meatballs at a family gathering with garlic bread, like my Uncle Vito's garlic bread and my Uncle Vic's meatballs, or my cousin Rachel's meatballs, with just like a little bit of pasta and some roasted broccoli with olive oil, salt and pepper. Like, that sounds beautiful. And just a pack of cigarettes for after. And a hug. I gotta really like a hug. Are you pissed often? Man, what would I like? Just that plate, man. Food's so powerful. Connections with family. Connections with the people we love. Are you pissed? No. Not right now. I'm often pissed, and I think that I've had an anger problem throughout my life. Do I have one right now? I'm working on it. I've been working on it for like 4 or 5 years, through therapy and through just living, and I don't think I get as angry anymore. I don't think I have the energy to be angry anymore. And I think that people don't necessarily deserve me being angry, so I'm not really pissed that much anymore. I mean, I'm pissed at the things that are going on in the greater world, but I often ignore them because I don't have time. Which goes back to the question of do I care, and it's like, I guess I don't, because I just try to live my life because I think that we're running out of time, and I think that I haven't lived enough. But are you pissed? I'm pissed at everything going on, but I also am not pissed in my day-to-day. I think I'm more sad. Are you scared? Yes. Very scared. Very scared. Time is running out. The election is coming right now. I think it's about 30 days or so. It's probably less. No, it's less than 30 days. I think we're sitting in a bad time. I feel like 3 weeks or so. I just think the world's ending. I think that global warming's here. I think that like everybody wants to go to war with each other. I think that everybody hates each other. I think that nobody cares anymore. And the nukes and the blah and the blah and the disease and the blah, and we're fucked. And there's like the world's ending and it's scared, and it's like the world's ending and it's peace, because it's just like and it's acceptance. And I think that I've been in sort of the acceptance stage for like 2 years, but I also think that like, of course I'm still scared, and of course, when the chickens come to roost, I'll probably shit my pants. I said I'd shit my pants. Was it the right thing to do? Yeah. Well, yeah. Because I needed to, and hindsight's a bitch. And even if it wasn't the right move, I needed to do it so that I realized I didn't need to do it, because if I didn't do it, then I would have thought it would have been the right move. And then I would have had regret. And then I would have had resentment. And that's no good. Live your life, learn lessons, improve later. Are you there? In the head? I don't know. Most days, I think. I'm definitely going a little bit crazy. Am I where I want to be? No. But I definitely am closer than before. I mean, I had a mental hospital stay in 2017, and I thought my life was over, and I had friends that I'm not friends with anymore that in general I think are just some like misogynist, like racist pieces of shit in general usually, and not really going anywhere in life. And I was losing my mind. I thought everybody was out to get me. Nobody's really out to get me, besides one person. I won't say their name. Am I there in the head? I'm certainly more there in the head than I was in 2017. I've got more of my shit together. I've got more knowledge. I've got a lot. And am I there? I think I'm there for where I should be. I don't think I'm like entirely there. But I'm doing better. Why not? It's just like, I got distracted. Wasn't entirely focused. And it's my first time, I really consider this my first 2 years, sort of giving it my all, 2023 and 2024. I fucked up. I wasn't as efficient as I could have been. Next time. When will it come true? 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20. It will. You never know when. Just keep at it. What's different? What's different now? What's different in my life? I think I have a better relationship with my father. Haven't lived there for 3 months recently, as I was awaiting transition from my apartment to my new apartment. I think I've formed deeper bonds with my friends. Haven't been in residency at Hunt Gallery and Beacon School. I spend more time alone because I just am alone. I'm single. I'm not home at all. I never spend time at home, which was a problem in my relationships, was that I was just doing stuff. And then when I was doing stuff, I felt guilty because I should be home, spending time with my love. And when I was spending time with my love, I felt guilty because I wasn't spending time at work. And now I just spend all my time working unless I'm doom scrolling, bullshitting. But what's different is that I'm never home. I'm out of the house all the time. I sleep at home. And I don't really cook all that much anymore, which I need to be better at. And I love cooking. And I eat a lot of fast food right now. And I smoke too many cigarettes. I have ADHD medication now, which is good. So that's different. And I can focus a bit more. A lot more, actually. Good thing I didn't take them this morning. Why did you say no? What did I say no to? I say yes to everything. Why did I say no? Because I did say no to this residency, and I really, really wanted to do it. Like, I want to do everything. I want every opportunity that comes my way, and it just ruins my life. Like, it just ruins my life. Like, this residency specifically wouldn't have ruined my life, but it would be the thing that I would add to my schedule, that I would do once a week or more, that I already don't have enough time for the things that I want to do. And I'm overloading myself, and I'm working myself too hard, and my body is breaking down because I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not going to the gym, and I'm not eating right, and I'm just not where I want to be. So basically, I said no because my body feels bad, and I need to stop saying yes because I'm not taking care of myself and doing stuff for others people, even though it would be for me too. It's just too much sometimes. Do you see it working out? Sure. I think I'll end up happy. I think the people in my life will end up happy. Or maybe we won't. Maybe the Civil War will kill us. That's depressing. I'm sorry. I think I've got some beautiful people in my life. Who are the beautiful people in my life? Beacon Schoolers, first and foremost, my friends. Silas, who I'm working on this project with, is just one of the most beautiful souls I've ever met. And like, their attention towards the world that we live in is unmatched. Wavy, I mean, their creativeness it's just crazy. Chango, just one of the happiest and most educated people I know. And you know, there's Koala and Ned and Rami, my roommates, and Nando and Emily, and Stephanie, my ex-partner, who we've recently reconnected a bit and are on good terms, so that's good. And my ex-partner Olivia, who I don't think we're on like great terms, but I think that we've established that like we don't hate each other. And you know, my friends like Trevor and Nick, who I've met more recently, and you know, just old coworkers like William and Haley and Mike and Kristen and Danny and you know, Natalie, Lucas, Quinn, Vika Scores, H. There's a lot of people. Everybody will end up where they need to be, I hope. Are you here in this room right now? I am. How long until then? We don't know. Why did you stop? I stopped. I don't usually stop. I stopped doing my routine in gym that I was really good at last year, just because I convinced myself I could do it like twice a week instead of 4 times a week. And when it's that infrequent, it doesn't become a part of my everyday, and stuff needs to be part of my everyday if I want it to work. And it didn't work because it was not a part of my everyday anymore. And then I never did it again because I had a new everyday. When this was last summer, I had a very consistent gym routine from approximately June until October, that 4-month period, and that's the longest period of my life that I've ever been able to consistently work out, eat right, and do the shit I've got to do, and have a good social life. Summer 23 was just something else, and I don't know if I'll ever get back there. Was it wise? Was it wise to stop? I mean, probably. I tried to make my life better than it was. It was pretty good, but I made it worse. I think wise is like you gain wisdom, and like I don't have wisdom. I've only, like I said, like I really just started my new life when I was like 21, and like I was so isolated and like in such a shitty situation before, and yeah, was it wise? No, but I'll get there. Where did you get it from? What did you get from it? Confidence. Fulfillment. Memories. And no. Yeah. Where? All over Buffalo. All over Buffalo. I did it all here. I don't really know anywhere else. First time in my life I actually live in Buffalo. I mean, I lived in Cheektowaga the past 5 years, but I live in Buffalo right now. I've done it all here. How about that? How about that? I did it all here. And I think that feels pretty good. Thank you. It's been great to put all this together, and I'm very excited to show you all very soon. And I love you.